Hi, family. BPD, borderline personality disorder. That episode is coming. I'm actually in communication with someone I have great respect for who is in her 40s and is sharing with me her perspective and her experience. And I will continue to do so with people who are solution-oriented. Part of the reason I'm so worn out is because I've had to dive into these groups on social media that have borderline personality people in them, and so many are just lost. And so they're screaming out in pain, and so there really are very few solutions there. I want this to be solution-oriented. It needs to be solution-oriented, but anything trauma-based is heavy. And so I'm also simultaneously dealing with paying all the bills, a substantial reduction in income. I've, the last few days, had to jump back into eBay so I can make a little bit of money. And I'm also, speaking of solutions, I don't like to live in the problem. And so I've been marinating, praying, meditating on it. And I have found one, I believe. And I'll share that with you in this episode in a graphic. It's going to be a brushed denim hat, very tasteful, with a logo on the back and the peacefully and the little heart on the front. I think it's a winner, still rising. I love it. It feels right for everyone who would wear it. It's HP, whatever. However, when people say, how do artists or anybody come to a solution? Well, it comes out of the ether. So anyway, that's where I'm at with it. And I need to know if I'll be able to I need that to be a source of income. Spending time on eBay is no longer constructive to what I need to do with my life or with this channel. And so every minute, hour, and I've spent a few days now on it, and then it takes away life energy, right, to do this more important work. So dividing time like that is just, it wears on a soul. And so I am hoping that this is a move that will be supported by the 2% of you that return, that you will support this. I've hesitated. I've had this coffee. It's called coffee, but it looks like coffee donation link. I don't really know much about it. I set it up and then kind of forgot it. Had a couple of friends, God love them, donate. One gave me 100, one gave me 50. It's still sitting there because I want to use it for the studio in the back when I rip out the garden tub and make it the studio. Other than that, there's been nothing I've done with it. I mean, it's on all of what I share, but clearly, I mean, there's been no donations. So I need to do something. And I don't like the idea of getting something for nothing. It's always, oh my gosh, there goes an eagle. It fills me with great unrest, and that's a story for another day. I have relatives who actually take great advantage. They're not the only ones. I mean, you know what I mean? But the people who give the system a bad name are not helping those who really need it. So it weighs heavy on my mind. And understand this. I have 4 pillars to the channel. I started off with estrangement, alienation, no contact, ghosting, depending on when your kid threw you into this unbelievable exile. I started off with that, and I paid a heavy price for that. I knew I would, because it became that over the course of almost a year. And then I began to expand those pillars, which was always the intention. It's a trauma-based channel that speaks in the language of love and is solution-oriented. So to that end, I am now adding the BPD, which is the borderline personality disorder. I'll always do it with that. You'll come to know why if you don't already know. So that's estrangement, borderline personality disorder. It is coming. I mean, I'm going to work on that in the next day or so, the next episode in the series, and I will launch it. I know there are a lot of you in the room. I watched the analytics, and I was very surprised when I saw the audience age drop considerably. I mean, there's still a lot of older boomer women in the room, and you are my heart, but your daughters are as well, and your sons. So I'm glad to have you here. And then I have done very little service to the addiction pillar. They all kind of dovetail to some degree or another. And then to the suicide pillar, prevention and awareness. As those 2% of you know, I did release finally the episode that was 21 years coming, my son's story. And there's much more to come on that, because people who suffer BPD, a great share attempt suicide. I guess what I'm saying to you is that I am doing my level best to be of service on this channel. And I'm very, very frustrated that I can't do it like without any eBay or without any yard work or without any housework or without the bills or without any family support. I made a very difficult decision, and some might pick it apart psychologically and speak negatively of it, but I know it was a good decision, and it took a long time. It was a long time coming to disconnect from two loved ones I'd been connected to on Facebook for years. And I not only disconnected from them, but I blocked them. And it was because they, for their own reasons, choose, and it is a choice, to sit by and watch what happens with my daughter and myself. And they've done it for years, and they've enabled the situation through their lack of effort. So we're not doing that anymore. That's one of the brutal truths about, I mean, you can blame it on BPD, you can blame it on mental dis-ease, you can blame it on anything you want. But I find it to be a solid decision that took me much, much, much too long to come to. If you've ever seen The Matrix, where they suck off the tubes in their little pods, that's what it's like, those people. They gave nothing. Neither one of them. Literally nothing. And to me, that's like having a virtual sun porch. And every morning I walk out and chat with some of my friends and have virtual coffee, but their shutters are always closed. They always peek out those shutters and watch what everyone else is doing in their virtual world, but they don't share and they don't support. Well, why the hell do I have them in my world then? That's ludicrous. It is absolutely ludicrous. I'm going to be 69 years old next month. Unbelievable. Don't let it take you that long. What else? Yeah, Mother's Day and my birthday is coming at me like a freight train, so I am doing the best that I can. I am making amazing progress. And my goal, I got to quit worrying about all the optimization. I'm going to really pull back even on listening to Manny, because he's just really pissing me off. Frankly, I need to put out a couple of what they call long form episodes a week. That's the goal. Even if it's 5 or 6 minutes, that's evidently what I need to do. I was trying to do the shorts thing, which is like a bridge to bring in the traffic, but I don't know, that doesn't seem to be working. I don't really think anybody knows for sure. It's such a new thing that I'm pretty sure nobody really knows. They all just pretend they do. Anyhow, thanks for stopping by.